Hey y'all, welcome to Rice and Crafts. Today I want to try something that I haven't tried before, and I don't know how it's going to turn out, but we shall soon know. I have one of these Spellbinders Imbossabilities, and it had this weird metal frame around it, and I just went ahead and cut that off because it was going to leave lines where I didn't want it to, and it just was kind of in the way. So I just cut the little things off. See, that's how it came. So I just cut the little support beam things and took it off. But I saved it so if I ever, needed it, I wouldn't go, oh, darn, I wish I hadn't done that. So I saved it. We'll see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my anti-static thing and just go over the front of my card. This is a card base, and I'm gonna attempt to stamp with this because it says you can. So we're going to find out, and I think I'm just gonna grab this piece of cardstock here to give me something to press it on. We'll find out though. Okay. So I'm just going to ink all over, and you can see the ink in person. You probably can't on the video. And I just used some Versamark, by the way. Alright, looks like I got it covered pretty good. So then I'm just going to lay this kind of evenly along my card. And I'm just going to press it down, trying not to move it. Which I think I did a couple times. We'll find out though. Yeah. It looks actually like it might be okay. So I'm just going to use some silver embossing powder. This is by Ranger. Yeah. Looking pretty cool for the most part. You can see there's a few spots that got missed, but overall it looks pretty good. There's like I said, a couple spots, and there's some places that you can tell where I drug it or moved it. So I'm just gonna go in with my little paintbrush here and clean them up. Oops. Okay, so let's just and I know this is off camera, but I've got to get it close enough so I can see it and make sure I get what I don't want embossed, rather than what I do want. And I have noticed one thing. There we go. Maybe next time I would maybe do a piece of foam over top instead of just a piece of paper. That might work better. And I keep messing up this one square right here. So I'm gonna grab a smaller paintbrush. Okay, there we go. Whoops. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and heat set this because it's here, and for the most part it looks pretty cool. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open it up and let my heat gun warm up. I do have one. Oh, it looks like I started the it. Alrighty. So that is how it turned out, which is pretty cool actually. I think I really like it. I'm gonna have to be a little mean to it though. Now I'm gonna have to get all the little powdery bits off, which is probably the only downside to embossing powder that I know. Okay, so there's my embossed piece, and that is my quote-unquote stamp. Looks pretty good, I think. I had lots of fun. So I'm gonna wipe it off because I'm gonna try. Originally, I didn't buy it to be an embossing plate. I thought it would make a pretty cool stencil, so that's what I'm gonna try next. Alright, I am gonna go ahead and just wipe off my mat here. Okay, and I think I'm gonna grab my other, I bought 2 of the Imbossabilities when I bought them. I found them at Tuesday Morning, or whatever that store is called. What is it? It's not on the plate. The really cheap store. I'll put it that way. And I'm not going to pull up my mist box here because, well, that would be kind of a pain in the butt. What do I want to use for mist? I have this one right here, so we'll try this one. And this is used with, oh, what is it? Peacock feathers. Re-inker, I believe. I believe that's what that is, yeah. And I don't want, here, let's just use this guy. And we'll put it down. Alright, I'm just going to put that down and just give it a few sprays here. And I've never done this before, so if I'm doing it completely wrong, forgive me, please. It's a learning thing. Alright, now then, I'm going to pick up, oh, yeah, that didn't work so well. I wonder. Oops. Bent it. I wonder if I sprayed that wrong. Because aren't you supposed to be like over top? I'm not sure. I'll probably go ahead and just mix this all one color here. I'll set it aside. Huh. I guess I'll have to play with that some more. But I do know one thing that I can do with it after I make sure I get all of my mist off of it. And one thing that I can do, that I know I can do, is you can ink with it. And I'm going to go ahead and when I fold my card bases, sometimes I get little tiny lips, and for most people they're like, ah, it's fine, but it drives me nuts, so I have to take it off. Alright, so this one I'm gonna just kind of line up. Like that. And I think I'm going to use I'm gonna try just some black ink. I'm gonna use some Memento ink just because it's right here and convenient. So I'm just gonna use one of my homemade ink blending tool things. Oops. And I'm just going to ink it up real good. And I'm sorry, I know the camera's shaking. Oops. That looks pretty cool. I mean, it shifted a little bit, but now I can't get it lined back up. Of course. Okay, hold on. Let's do two things. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, let's see if I can get a hold of this enough to line it back up. Okay, that looks pretty good. I wonder, just for curiosity's sake, can you just, well, it's going to be awfully rough on your ink pad. So I would not do that. I would use these felt pads or foam pads. See, it's peeling off the foam pad, but that's okay because you can, you know, easily replace these. But the design is really cool. And I do want to come down here and darken some of these up. You know what? If you just go one direction, I don't think it'll be too bad on your foam pad here. Okay, now I'm going to pick this up and turn it, which is going to get really messy for me, but that's okay. So as long as you just go one way, it seems to be a lot easier. Alright, I'm going to peel this up. That is adorable. How cute is that? I like that. Very, very cute. Alright, so there are 2 new techniques for using your Imbossabilities plates, dies, whatever they're called. That's pretty cool. I'm liking those. So look for some card tutorials coming up with these 2 backgrounds. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see y'all next time.